Greetings in Christ. This is your 3-minute Psalm devotion for Psalm 76. Psalm 76 is a psalm of praise and thanks to God. It was first prayed by the pious Christian Jewish believers who praised and thanked God that He dwelt in Jerusalem with them, where His word was and where the temple was and where there was true worship of God. And again, His word being preached. And it praised God for protecting Jerusalem, this dwelling place of God, from strong enemies like, for example, Sennacherib, who, in 2 Kings surrounded the city, and God miraculously delivered the city. Now, there's application certainly to nowadays, okay, because the dwelling place of God is the church, where His word is truly and properly preached and the sacrament administered, and He is going to protect that church, and He will not let any enemy destroy it or ruin it, and He will in fact destroy those enemies of the church just as He destroyed those enemies of the Jews, Sennacherib, for example. All right, I'm going to read a few verses. Here's Psalm 76, verses 1 through 3. In Judah, God is known. His name is great in Israel. His abode has been established in Salem. Okay, that's a shorthand for Jerusalem. His dwelling place in Zion. Let me pause here. Lots of Zion Lutheran churches in the Lutheran Church Missouri Synod, and there's several Salem Lutheran churches. Okay, I knew of Zion and Salem Lutheran churches in my old circuit in Wisconsin. Verse 3, there He, God, broke the flashing arrows, the shield, the sword, and the weapons of war. In other words, He protected Jerusalem against these enemies. Verse 6, let's skip to verse 6. At your rebuke, O God of Jacob, both rider and horse lay stunned. But you are to be feared. Who can stand before you when once your anger is roused? From the heavens you uttered judgment. The earth feared and was still when God arose to establish judgment, to save all the humble of the earth. Okay, again, God's dwelling place now is the church, where His word is preached in its purity and the sacraments administered. If you are engaging yourself with the church there, then you are in this holy place that God will protect. Okay. Secondly, just as God destroyed the enemies of Israel, Philistines, the Assyrians, and so on, so He will destroy those that seek to destroy the church. And this is important in election season when we see the church being battered and not receiving any special treatment from world's leaders. All right, that's enough for today. Have a blessed day in the Lord.